feels like the time is right for me to make an expression. Oh, I love you, I need you, I don't want to leave you guessing. So, will you be my friend? Will you stand by me till the end?
Hey, welcome inside my real kitchen. Today I'm doing a Christmas classic with a twist. Classic Florentine cookies are beautiful and lacy, sometimes with chocolate, sometimes with dried fruit. I'm gonna add some dried flower petals to a beautiful dried fruit Florentine that's going to be vegan and gluten-free. So we're gonna start our Florentine cookies today by getting our dry ingredients in a bowl with our chopped up dried fruit. We'll be using a combination of dried papaya, dried mango, and crystallized ginger, as well as the beautiful petals of dried calendula, which I often use in tea, but find adds a beautiful color and romantic whimsy to baking as well. And then we're gonna get our wet ingredients on the stove to come up to a rolling boil before they get added to the dry. Now that we have our dried fruit all chopped up into our bowl, we can add starch, salt, and the almonds. This, I need about 6 tablespoons, which is 2/4 of a cup, or half a cup. No, that's not right. Or maybe this is just a lot less than I need. Anyway, this is what I've got. This looks like about 1/4 of a cup, which is good. And we'll do a healthy pinch of salt. And we'll do 2 heaping cups of the slivered almonds. Looks like I still have about a cup. I wonder if I should add it all. See if there's enough starch in here to coat it. There is. There's plenty of starch in here to coat all of this. So I'm going to use this last cup of almonds. Make the batch as big as possible. Just means I have to increase my liquid, which is fine. Now we need to get our liquid on the stove, and that consists of some milk, some liquid sugar, corn syrup or something like that. I'm using honey, granulated sugar, and fat. I'm going to go into a saucepan. With half a cup of milk. No, let's make it a cup of milk. Look how much we have here. A cup of sugar. I would say 1/3 of a cup of honey. And then the fat. I'm going to use coconut oil, my favorite. So we probably need about a cup coconut oil, maybe a little bit less. That looks good. I'd say it's a scant cup of coconut oil. Now we must get this on the stove to get all the sugar dissolved and bring the liquid up to a boil. While that is going ahead and getting ready, we're also going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees and line as many baking pans as you have. I'm going to line 3. That's what I have. Now we're going to add the beautiful calendula flower petals. I'm probably going to avoid some of the whole flowers that are in there because that just might be a little bit too much in a delicate cookie like this. But the petals that are on their own, oh yeah, those babies are going in here for that bright, warm, orange, festive color that should also come through from the dried fruit. I'm very excited to see how these will look. Adding flowers and edible herbs into food is always a really fun way to keep your body in line with nature and improve some health qualities as well. Beautiful. We just have another minute or so until our liquids are ready to go. All right, our liquid is just about on a boil here. I'm gonna let it roll and roll. Yeah, it's boiling. Gonna grab a mitt. Bring it over. Just gonna pour it on top. Uh-oh, that might be too much liquid. It's a little bit drowning in liquid right now. I think I'm gonna strain it out just a little bit. Sometimes when I'm making up recipes, my ratios don't add up just about right, so straining the excess liquid here back into there. I think I still want this. Need this. Okay. Maybe I should let it boil longer. This is interesting. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna let it boil longer and thicken up. It's got the starch in it now. It's rinsed all the starch off of the almonds and probably the sugar off of the dried fruit as well. this back on the stove now. Let it boil. See what happens. Alright, our mixture has boiled in the pan a little bit and the starch has congealed. So I think this might help. It's going to be very hot. Now try to mix that into the almonds. Ooh, I think this is starting to really look like Florentine batter. Yes, indeed. Usually it's flour instead of starch that holds them all together. But I think the starch will do just fine. I considered using some oatmeal, but I thought it would be more beautiful with just the almonds. So we have this nice, thick Florentine batter. We're gonna let it cool until it's soft enough to work with, or it's cool enough and soft enough also, because it will get a little bit firmer while it cools, to work with our hands. And then we'll roll it into balls, put it on baking sheets, and bake it one sheet at a time for about 10 minutes until thin, spread, and crispy golden. The timer just went off. I'm taking out my first tray of Florentines. Oh. Which did not spread at all, but I feel like could be flattened out all the way and baked to a thin crispness. So these, I believe, could bake even longer. Didn't spread, but I think we can fix it. Even with these, I'm gonna need a glove or something. Yes, I believe these will still work. These are hot, but if I press them down, then they'll bake thin and can get crispy and be the lace cookie that they're supposed to be. I'm not quite done. That's why I can do this. These ones will be thicker, but I think I still have about 6 trays of these to bake, so okay. Putting these relatively flat cookies back for another 10 minutes. Oh, cat alert, get off the table. And I think that I shall flatten these all out. I think these will be something really special. Figuring it out, y'all. I did know Florentine cookies needed to be flattened out, but I forgot. We learn as we go. That's why we always get better. Okay, another 10 minutes, we'll see how these cookies are doing. Timer's gone off. Okay, a little bit overdone, a little bit extra brown, but now we know that that's a little too long. Ooh, they're hot. So I'm gonna put the second batch in, and I think I am gonna do both pans, but I'm gonna rotate them. I'll do 10 minutes and then 5 minutes. I'll do 8 minutes and then see how much it needs. They're beginning to feel crisp as they harden, especially these darker ones. I wonder if they should all be dark like that. A little bit soft in the middle. I'm gonna try this one while it's still hot. Wow. It's very good. I wonder if it will crisp up all the way when it cools. This is a nice Florentine. So the second batch of nicely pressed out cookies, baked beautifully, but are completely stuck to the parchment. The third batch are on the Silpat beautifully and will come off just fine because they're on a Silpat, but right now they're still very hot. And the fourth batch in the oven, well, that is just on oiled pans without any parchment or anything because all I have is the one Silpat, and I really don't have time to keep using that one over and over again. So we'll see how these come out. So I've got my second to last batch of cookies out of the oven cooling just a little bit before the final cookies go in. And I just want to say I have had so much fun making these vegan and gluten-free Florentine cookies. Even with all of the steps that I needed to relearn in between, like flattening them out so that they're the right size and not too thick, and like baking them only on the Silpat because they stick to parchment and they do not come away easily from plain pan and oil either. But all in all, these are delicious cookies. I'm very happy with the way that they came out. Chewy, crisp, with that really nice dried fruit tropical flavor, the toasted almonds, and I'm not even gonna add any chocolate. These are lovely just the way they are. Thanks for joining me on this cookie journey. See you next time.